Contrary to popular opinion, Charles Darwin never talked about the survival of the fittest. What he was talking about was the survival of a species is due to their ability to adapt to the changing environment. And I think of that in the context of corporate leadership. I remember shortly after I left Apple, I was doing some consulting work, and one of the companies was Kodak. And the CEO said, we're trying to adapt from the era of film to the era of digital photography. And so I said to the management team, you have to shift your perspective from taking pictures to making pictures. Because in the digital world, it's about a system, not about a product. It's all about what you do after the picture is taken. The ability to be able to manipulate that picture, use it in many ways, look at the whole value chain, think of it as a system, and think about where the profit pools are along that value chain. The challenge was that Kodak was in Rochester, New York, and hermetically sealed from the rest of the world. And even though it had a very high intelligent management team, they were not able to override the deep culture of chemistry to be able to adapt to the digital world. And consequently, that deep culture was an anchor that held them back, and they weren't able to adapt. And so the digital photography industry today is led by other companies, and Kodak is no longer a significant player. The real perspective that I capture from that is, how do you get a leadership team to recognize that innovation is closely linked with the ability of adapting to the marketplace? Adapting is the most important thing that they have to focus on. Every strategy, every product, every service that you design has to be looked at through the eyes of the customer, looked at as an end-to-end system, and then say, are we adapting to where the customer is going today? It's so easy to get yourself locked into a groove that says, this is the reason we're successful, and we don't want to tamper with success. We're afraid to risk those profit pools that we already have, and yet the world is changing so fastly that you've got to be able to adapt to the future. So the adaptive corporation, I believe, is going to become one of the key themes for any executive leadership that wants to succeed in the world ahead.